done it again. We've got a few bags again. It's a mountain. I've been shopping on Temu. You guys love this unboxing stuff, so I'm going to share what I've got with you. Mixed bag, but majority resin, all crafter. Let's get to it. First of all, let me apologise for the state of my hands. I've been wearing the same gloves for years, and all of a sudden, because of this heat that we have, it's decided to bring me out in a bit of a rash, so bear with me with that. Nothing I can do about it. I'm too excited to get all this stuff out and show you what I've bought. Let's have a look what we've got. If my hands work, there we go. Chameleon Flakes. I've never had a play with these. I have not actually bought them yet, but I am planning on buying some from a branded company, and I will be testing these against those type. So stick around for that video. That will be coming up in the not too distant future. As soon as my hands start feeling a little bit better, I'll be getting back on with doing some more resin for you guys. So these Chameleon Flakes are going to be super duper for upcoming projects, and I want to show you whether these are as good as some branded products. If there's a particular brand you want me to test against these, put it in the comments, let me know, because I've not bought them yet, but I plan on buying them within the next week or so. So if there's a particular brand you want me to put these up against, let me know in the comments. So on the back it says, Chameleon Flakes, dynamic colour and versatile applications. Unlike traditional pearlescent chameleon materials, Chameleon Flakes deliver far more intense colour shifting effects as the viewing angle changes. It refracts up to 3 to 4 unique iridescent hues, creating stunning and dynamic colour transitions. So on there it says there's multifunctional applications. Chameleon Flakes is also suitable for a wide range of creative and decorative uses, including epoxy resin crafts, handmade artworks, phone cases, DIY projects, painting and watercolour pigments, candles, soaps and bath bombs, nail art, eyeshadow, lipstick, inks, paints, fishing rods, there's the funny one, car wrap films. It is particularly ideal for holiday celebrations, carnival parties, and any project that requires an eye-catching dramatic visual impact. Now, I like dramatic impacts. Don't like drama, but I like dramatic impacts. Let's get these open and see what colours we have. Again, I'm going to mention these. I'm going to put links for these in my description because it is used all the time by me. I will do my best to link all of this stuff in the description box, so if you want to see if there's anything there that you take your fancy, have a look over there. And they're not massive bottles. I'm not sure what other brand sizes are at this moment in time, but these are 5.5 grams. And we get a green blue to yellow red. We get a blue violet to orange green. We get an orange to golden green. We get a yellow green to blue. And this is the one that I'm going to love. Light blue to blue violet. I just hope that is as good as what I've got it in my head. There's a couple of little flakes coming out. I'm going to open these up and show you what the consistency is. I'm going to show you on one that I will definitely use. So, because I know this is one that I want to try out. Yep, there's a seal on there. And these are already floating about. So I don't want to use too much because obviously it is a brand. I'm just going to dip it in. It's not a good idea to rub it onto a hand that is struggling with some issues. Now they're flakes. I'm not sure how they're actually supposed to work. Whether the powder should work better than the Chameleon Flakes, but at this moment in time these look like glitter rather than the colour shifting that I was expecting. Maybe they'll look different if you use this. At this moment in time I don't see anything other than glitter. We'll see how they go in upcoming projects. Like I said, I want to do a branded against a non-branded, and we'll see how they compare. Make sure you're hitting that notification button so that you're aware of when my next videos go up. Oh, I love that one. Yellow, what's that one? Orange, gold and green. That's nice. Blue, violet to orange, green. And green, blue to yellow, red. So yeah, all very good looking colours. We'll have to see how they work out when I actually come to do a project. On to the next one. I'm going to clean this desk up a little bit so I don't get it all over the place. I don't want to say I'm not impressed with them just yet, because I don't know exactly how they work, because it will be the first time I'm using them. But I plan to do a lot of research before I do use them and have a look at how some of you guys actually use these. If you want to show me, if you want to tell me how you use them in the comments, put it in and we can all have a watch of how other people get involved with doing chameleon flakes. Next we have a bag that was inside a bag. We'll do these one by one. Black pigment paste. I have this in the white and I have had really good results with it, so I definitely ordered myself some black because I want to be able to do back-ins and things like that. So yeah, the white has been amazing. You will see in future projects how this black compares as well, so keep checking the channel. Red, couldn't go anywhere else with it. So I think this might be the bag. Yeah, this is the bag of the pigment pastes that I bought. So epoxy pigment paste. I do plan at some point of doing a comparison between these and a branded company. If you want a particular branded company, again, put it in the comments and let me know. So that's the red. Looks like a very bright red as well. Blue, and that blue looks beautiful. I like that blue. So these are... Oh, get a white as well. 50 millilitres, and like I said, the white has been amazing, so why not order them from the same supplier. Yellow. And obviously with these you can also make your own colours. There's your 3 primary colours. So you've got your 3 primary colours there and the black and white for you to be able to mix different colours what you're interested in. And we also have this green, but it's sort of like, it's like a deep teal. So this is a teal colour, so you can see how deep it is from it. So it's not like a green teal, it is more of like a yellow mixed with blue kind of green, which obviously you can lighten and make pastel colours and that kind of thing. So really happy to use them. And inside is this instructions. So we have the black, the white, the green, the red, the yellow and the blue. I'm going to keep them in that bag as well, because then that way it keeps them out of the sunlight. Next we have a mould. There's a reason why I've bought this. I actually already own this and I bought it from Amazon, and I want to compare whether the Temu product, which was at least a third of the price of what I paid for the one on Amazon, is as good as the other one. And looking at it, it feels pretty much the same. In fact, it's dirty, but I'm going to get the one I got from Amazon and just have a quick comparison. So I've literally just finished using this on a project, so it is dirty, so bear with me with that. I'll get this open. So, that way. Right, there is a difference in the fact that the one from Amazon, which is this one, feels a little bit more flimsy than this one. On here we have very thin walls, and that one feels, yeah, they feel about the same, to be honest. So the supports feel, no, they are a little bit thicker on this side of it. Yeah, this side is a little bit thicker. And that side's a little bit thicker. Not by much, but it is definitely thicker. The actual moulds themselves look the same. I know this one comes out super glossy, and this one looks quite shiny as well. Just going to check for any scratches, because some of the moulds that I've had from Temu, the actual inside has been sort of scratched. This one looks nice and clean. It doesn't look like there's any scratches on that one. So if it pours okay, which you will see in a video in the future, I'm going to test these together. So I'm going to keep this one in the bag just to make sure I don't get them both mixed up. But yeah, I will be testing out to see if these are any different. Let's see what we've got next. So this is a gift box, and I've just noticed on the inside there's this little, don't know if you can see it on the camera, it's like a little white thing which looks like the mould has actually gone thin there. So there's a little bit of rubber that's sort of fell out, rubber or silicone, whatever it is, that's fell out. Now I'm just wondering, that's how it come. Where does the lid actually go? So I'm presuming it goes that way, but then that doesn't make sense that that goes on the top, on the inside of the... That goes on the top on the inside. Doesn't make sense. If you know, or if you've used one like this, I'm probably going to ask for a refund on this anyway because of that defect that's in there. Now that's not to say that Temu moulds are bad. I've actually had a mould from a very well known company, Resin, that has got a hole in it. So yeah, it can happen with any of them. I'm still going to pour it to see if it works, and I can always cover that area. I mean, obviously if they ask for a refund and they want me to send it back to them, then I won't be able to pour it and I'll just order a new one. It makes no sense. The lid must go on the inside of the mould then. If you know, let me know in the comments, because I'm quite interested in how to see this works before I actually waste the resin. So if you know, let us know. Right, I'm going to put that one to the side and I'm going to ask for a refund on that one. Now, I was reluctant to show you this one because this is something that I'm going to be playing with very soon for Halloween. But I wanted to show you, I wanted to open it. I want to share this experience with you. And I also want to check it. So this is something I'm planning on doing for Halloween. And it's a school mould that's like a jewellery box, so you could turn it into art or whatever it is that you want to look at. That's obviously the inside of the skull. Very glossy, very shiny. Can't see any defects in it, and it seems pretty solid. You know, it's going to be nice and stable for sure. It's quite a decent thickness of mould. Can't see any defects in it at all, which is fantastic. Good sturdy base there, and then that sits, yep, that sits on the top of it, so that's directly on the top of it. And I think this will, I think you can do so much with Halloween stuff. I find Halloween really a really good time for being creative. What's next? A bag inside of a bag. Nothing else in that bag. So let's open the bag that was in the bag. I'm sure Temu wastes a lot of packaging for no reason. Glitters! I've already got some colours of glitter, and I was hoping this was the same type of stuff because the glitter that I managed to get isn't available anymore, and it has been a really good glitter. So let's have a look at this one in detail to see if it looks as good. So it's the same bottles, but on a smaller side, and it does have that chunky glitter and the fine glitter, which is what I was after from the others. This one's in, is there an actual colour name? No colour name. It does say you can use it for a lot of different applications, so epoxy resin, tumblers, jewellery, phone case, nails, eyelids, hair, cheek and other body parts. I'm not saying what other body parts you might want to use this on, but I'm going to be using it in resin mainly. But I do use glitter obviously for a lot of other crafts as well. And I wanted to get a couple of other colours. Now I was expecting this one to be more green, but it's actually more like a teal colour, very similar to the desk mat I've got. But it will definitely come in useful, glitter always does. So we've got a mixture there of very chunky glitter and very fine glitter, and I really like how this has turned out on other projects, so I definitely wanted to get myself some more. Let's see what we've got next. I see some moulds. I'm going to put this next to me. This one. I'll get the packet open and I'll show you what there is inside. Now it's normal with Temu that you order something and you get something a lot smaller than what you was expecting. These are actually a lot bigger than what I was expecting. But these are for making beads of different shapes and sizes, and I just thought it'd be a nice cute way to be able to give little gifts out to family and friends or people who buy things from my shop that I'll be having coming up, or to gift them to people who will be buying stuff from my shop that I will have coming up in the future. Now I'm just looking at this one, and the posts don't seem to go straight up, which is a bit of a concern for me, because I want that to be sort of central, and it doesn't look like it's going to be. So we'll have a look at each one and we'll just see. Yeah, that one's okay. I think once you've poured them, that will hold quite well. Square one's perfect. These are quite deep and round. I've never used these, so I'm not sure if they actually turn out to be a full circle or not, so we will be testing that at some point. It looks like it is shaped on the inside at the top, so it probably will go into a full circle. Square ones are obviously quite easy and simple, so we've got a few different square ones. So the round ones, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 round ones. And obviously these are going to give different results. Again, like I said, I'm just concerned about the post on that particular one, but the rest of them look okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how these are going to work out. You will have to wait and see how it works out on a video. Obviously I always test all these things and see how they work and what they look like when they're done. So they're all the circular kind of bead shapes. Then we have 3 square ones. No, we have 2 square ones, like completely flat and square. A larger one and a smaller one. And then these ones are square, but they look like they've got an actual shape at the end. So sort of like a faceted shape at the end. Obviously until we pour these and demould them, we're not going to know what they look like, so obviously I'll be doing that. And again, the same with that one, it's got that kind of faceted. You've probably not been able to see through it, but it's like a faceted style towards the end. So there's 2 completely square ones, 2 sort of faceted square ones, 6 of the round ones, and then these ones look like a gem kind of shape. And these are the ones that I'm really interested in, because obviously me being able to make my own gems and whatever colour that I want to is an idea that I really like the look of. But this particular one is the one where the posts don't seem to go straight up. So until I pour that, I'm not sure how that's going to be. I'm not sure how that's going to actually turn out. Silicone's really soft. It's not flimsy, but it feels a bit floppy for these two. That one in particular, but this one as well. Same with that one, and the same with that one. These ones are much more sturdier because of the square shape. It's quite thick on the sides, so it's not warped or anything like that. Same with this one, quite thick on the sides. The round ones, again, it's got that kind of floppiness, but it is a soft silicone, and these ones seem to be okay. That one feels like it's got a lot more support, probably because of the size of it. And again, these are the ones that have got like a floppy kind of silicone to them. It must be once it goes past a certain weight, then they need these sides to actually support the weight. So there's quite a few in that particular pack, and obviously there's one or two that I'm not happy that the posts are not come straight up. I mean, if I was to buy this from a supplier and it was just the one or two that I got in the pack, then I'd be a bit concerned and, you know, send it straight back. But I do want to test these out for you guys just to see what they actually turn out like, and if they are any good for those people who love making beaded jewellery out there. So I'm going to get them back in the bag and we'll see what we've got next. Now, getting them back in the bag was easier said than done, but we're finally there. And they always put things back in the bag just so we can keep the dust off it. Because if anybody knows who does resin, silicone moulds are prone to grabbing hold of bits of fibre, hair, dust, whatever, and it stays on them and it's difficult to get it off. You then have to wash it, and then you need to let it completely dry without getting any more dust and dirt on it. So I always keep these little bags that they've come in, especially if they're not ones that have ripped, just to keep everything nice and neat, and then pop these into another storage box to keep them nice and safe from being squished. Next, pretty boring, but I've loved these. These are absolutely fantastic. I use these quite a lot because I seem to struggle with other mixings of supplies. My hands cramp up really quickly and I struggle to use them. But these are brilliant because obviously you're holding them and it's silicone, so it doesn't slip out your hand. You know, it's not something that's easily to drop. But also they have like a flexy. You've seen me use these in videos, I'm sure. And they're super cheap as well, and I've had these soaked in alcohol to clean them. I've used them on epoxy, I've used them on UV resin and all sorts, and they're brilliant. So the ends are nice and soft. One end generally tends to be a bit firmer than the other. Then you get a smaller version of the same. So this one I generally use for epoxy, this one I generally use for UV, but these tools I use all the time for both, especially when I'm putting them in a silicone mould. You've got one end that's flexor and the other end is quite stiff, and then this is brilliant for actually doing precision work or spreading. That one's really good for spreading the end out. And like I said, I've used these loads of times, and when you're getting, I haven't got it to show you. Well, I was going to show you, you know, some of the silicone stirrers that I've got out of other kits. They're absolutely rubbish compared to these. I really do enjoy using these, and they're easy to use as well. So yeah, might be a bit boring to you guys, but I'm just happy to have another set. Don't know why I bought two, but I've bought another silicone mould. So now I have 3 of these. Like I said, I'll be testing out this against the one that I bought from Amazon to see if there's any difference. But yeah, for some reason I've bought another mould. Sometimes I can be really stupid and click it twice, especially if it's something that I've been looking for and I've gone on one screen and then gone back on the other. I've ended up putting 2 in. That's probably what's happened, but if these are decent, then I will be using this quite a lot, so I can get quite a lot of resin pours in one go from the epoxy. And cabochons are always useful, and to do different effects and test and try things, these are a great size to try new techniques to see if they actually work. So I definitely recommend getting one of these at least. Whether you should buy it from Temu or Amazon, I'm not sure yet because I've not done the test, but these are well worth getting just to try new experiments on a smaller scale to see how things work out before you use it on a bigger project. So yeah, another one, but that's how I roll. Right, another mould. This one I'm quite excited to use. Both my children have autism. My daughter mainly carries these little things around in her hands to squidge and squeeze and all the rest of it. And these are like pebbles kind of thing, but it's a sensory feel of having this feeling on them. So this is like your glossy surface, so it pours to a shape that you're able to hold and put in your pocket and sort of rubbing this calms them down. And I can see this working really well for my daughter, so I want to be able to provide that kind of thing to other Neurospicy people. And I've also got some ideas of these to be able to do some add-ons to them to make them more personalised, or you know, not just have this basic shape. So I'm excited to try this one, and I'll also be adding extras to them so it becomes more of a personalised finished piece. So quite excited to use that one. It looks really glossy, it looks like decently well made, and it's generally the same kind of silicone that is used throughout these type of moulds. Okay, this one's for you lovers out there of nails as well as resin. In here you get lots and lots and lots of different foils. Now these are used, love that one, these are used for nails generally, but I thought I'd give them a try, like that one as well, like that one. I thought I'd give them a try on UV resin pieces. I'm not sure how they will work, but that's the idea. Quite like that one's a teal, that one's a holographic. So you get a mixture of holographic foils, holographic, oh look at that one. Like that one. So there's different colours, different foils, and I will show you how I plan to use them. Some nice star ones there. Christmas is coming up. Well, it is for us crafters, because we have to get everything ready a long time before it actually happens. Another good holographic one there. But I just wanted to show you what you get in these. Some really, really good. I like that one for Christmas. I like my silvers at Christmas. I think gold's a little bit too traditional these days, but it still has its place. So there's plenty of actual gold ones. I wanted to try and keep the holographic ones in one pile, and then give you an idea of how many holographic ones you actually get and how many foil ones you get. Now strangely enough, you only get one silver out of the full pack, which is a bit strange, but there we go. I've tried to put these in some orders of what you get. You only get one pink. You do get a couple of different purples. There's like a matte purple and like a foil purple. Then you get a mixture of different blues. That's holographic, that shouldn't be there, that should be in that pile. So a mixture of different type of blues. There's a matte one, that's an holographic as well. And a matte kind of colour, and the rest are sort of foil. Then we have these goldy type ones. This is like your traditional gold kind of colours. All shiny ones. These are like your sort of coppers colours. Then you get what's, I don't know really how I would class these. These are more like a matte or like a brown kind of gold. That one's sort of rose gold, but not quite. But yeah, they're like a brown gold. That's all I can sort of explain them as. Then we get a couple of greens. That's more like a green blue, and that's like a definite green. And then we get a couple of red. There's a more of a foil one and then more of a matte one. So they're just your plain ones. And then for the holographics you get them with patterns and without. So this one's obviously blue but it's got like a holographic design. That one's more of a glitter. This one's a gold but it's got a holographicness to it. This is a silver but it's got holographic to it. And then we've got quite a few with different patterns. That's another glitter which is green. But this, when I say it's glitter, it's not glitter, it's on the actual foil, it's not like an added glitter. And we've got like a pinky colour with a nice pattern. Love this rainbow one with an holographic, so that's sort of like holographic diamonds that are on there. This red one with sort of geometric shapes. Orangey gold one with very similar shapes again. Then we've got a couple of star ones. One in silver, one in green. One in silver, one in gold. This holographic sort of silver one, but it's got a lot of mixture of different colours in there. The geometric shape again in gold. One in purple. One in pink, more of a glitter. Silver with squares. Silver with this funky pattern. A nice blue with that funky pattern again. A rose gold. I thought that one was holographic, but it's not. So that one goes in that pile. Teal goes in that pile. And then a rainbow with them geometric shapes again. So you get quite a lot in there for your money. How many did you get altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 37, 38, 39, 40. Looks like we're going to get 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we get 50 altogether, so there's quite a lot there for different projects, and I'm going to be showing you soon how I use them in resin, or I plan to use them in resin. Now I'm not exactly sure what I've got here. It's some kind of metal work. I think most people would actually look at what they've got coming in the post, because they're waiting for certain things, but I buy things in bulk that I like the ideas of because it gives me inspiration, and then I'm reminded of what these things are when I actually come to unbox them and set out on the project. So these are, I think these may be hinges, multiple different sizes. How many boxes are they, like the inside or the outside? Are they hinges or are they clasps? I think I'm going to have a look on my purchase history. I think I'm going to have to give resin a rest for a while, or anything to do with gloves, because it's really having an effect on my hands. This is so itchy. Right, let me have a look on my phone and I'll be back with you in a sec. I thought these was for hinges, but I think it's because I had it in my head that was a project that I was coming up with that was hinges, but it's not. It's the ends to go on the end of beadwork, generally for beadwork, but I'm going to use them for something a little bit different. So you basically, if you had a row of beads, you can also use these on other things as well, as long as you've got something that's thicker at that end than it is through the actual slide part. So for example, if you had a piece of material that was sort of finished where it's got a raise, that would then go inside that clasp. Now obviously this isn't stitched in place, but you basically put it over that way. Basically put it over your, nope, that way I was right in the first place. You basically put it over where it is you're using. You slide that in so the thicker bit goes on the inside. You take it as far as where the edge of that is. This obviously isn't a square piece, so there's not much I can do about that, but it slides all the way in like that. And then once it's in, you secure it then by pushing that down. And I'm planning on using these for a variety of different projects and crafts that I've got coming up. I'm not into beading yet. I'll probably give it a go at some point. But yeah, this is, I'm actually thinking of using this for a specific project, which is why I got a multitude of different sizes. So this isn't going to be a video coming up very soon, but I will be using them for something that's sort of in the back of my mind. I'm still sort of playing with it of how I want to use it. And then once your piece is attached to the slider bit and you've pushed this end down, you can then use this little eyelet to use with the jump ring, or to attach it to a keyring, or whatever it is that you're going to be using it for. Also, you can use it on each end of, generally on beadwork or whatever it is you're going to be using, and then you fold this over and you can clasp them together for a bracelet of that kind of shape. That makes sense. Right, so there, them little metalworks. I've got a thing of buying something for not its intended purpose. But this idea is still jumping around in my mind for this, so once I've figured it all out, I will be recording it and showing it you guys. So they're ready for that project. Let's see what we've got next. This? What is it? What is it? It is nothing to do with the channel. This is a homeware thing. My washing machine is really low down and I keep getting things stuck in it because the kids keep leaving things in the pockets, and rather than me flooding the floor when I open the valve, I've got this that actually sits underneath the washing machine. It's nothing to do with crafts. Really sorry, I thought I might as well put this one in. But yeah, it's to make sure the water goes in here instead of all over the floor. So yeah, that's by the by, but it's nothing to do with crafts. But I'm glad I've got it. Let's hope it's crafts related next, eh? Ooh, molds. Round molds. Now obviously you can use these for their intended purpose, and I will be doing, but I've also got another idea. Full of ideas. And this is a little like one of them little Russian dolls, because you get loads and loads and loads of sizes in here. And I don't know if I want to take these apart because I probably won't be able to get them back in. But we start off with a very, very small one. Very small. And I've got some beautiful little ideas that I want to use these for. And they're all for different sizes and different shapes. Yeah, there is another one inside there. And I don't know how good it is going to be for me to try and get it out. Let's see how easy it is for me to get this out. You can just sit there and have a laugh at me attempting it. With my hands that don't work as it is. Is it one or two? Because you might see this and have a set of these, but not able to get the bloody things out. Right, so I've folded it in on itself and it's had a baby. Right, so what I did on the inside of it, I pushed this that way and it sort of folded on the inside and I was able to pop it out. So there you go. There's two. No, there's three. 4. This one feels a lot more soft than even the small one. Will you stay stood up? I've got to put these in size order. Move that package. I know I'm not going to get these back in. I feel sorry for the men and women who actually put these together. But let's show you how many there is. And then I'm going to attempt to put them back together. We'll see if it works. Now, the only concern I've got is the bigger ones, like them ones, look like they may not have a round top, because obviously you can only pour it up to the flat bit, where these will still look round even when they're filled up. So that'll be a good thought of what to do when we come to do them. Now, was this one inside that one? Right, let's see if I can put them back. Yeah, we get a little bit of a puzzle at the same time. Actually, I think that one was in that one. So I'll fold it in half, put it in, and open it up. Yay! Figured it out. There we go. So that's that lot. Let's see if we can do it with this one. There we go. See, it wasn't that difficult. So there's some round moulds. I'm not going to be using them just for a round mould. Obviously, I'm going to be putting things inside them. But I've also got another idea of this panning out in my head of something else that I can do. So again, I'm going to keep them in the wrapping just to keep any dust off them. And this one actually comes in a nice little baggie that's a zip up at the end. Bit on the boring side, but we all need them. Whether you're a crafter or you're into your resin, we need these mats. And I always order these ones because of the colours. Although this blue is a lot more of a lilac than it normally is. Unless that's because it's up against this. I'm used to having blue, but these are a really good size that fit perfectly on top of my levelling table. If you've not seen the levelling table, go and check it out on the card that I'm putting up at the top. But I did a review of the levelling table from J Diction. There was some interesting thoughts about it, so yeah, go and check that out at the end of this video. So mats, 2 new mats, ready to get dirty. What's next? What are these? Oh, I know what these are. These are a mould for little tiny ghosties, which I'm going to be doing for Halloween. I've got quite excited about seeing these, so we will see how they look when they're actually poured. But yes, some really cute little ghosties there. You have to keep watching the channel to make sure you see what I do with them. I've got some cute ideas which I'm actually going to be filming in the next few weeks. So yeah, that won't be too far away. We are now in July and we've only got a few months before we get to Halloween kind of era. So keep your eye out for that one. That's going to be one of my favourites this year, I think. Very small, very cheap, and if it works out, they're going to be fantastic little projects. Speaking of Halloween, now I already have a coffin that I unboxed in one of my last videos, but I saw these after I'd already purchased that one, and I really like what you get with them. So you get the normal coffin, but you get different lids, and these really excited me. I get excited over silly things. So these are Halloweeny style coffin toppers. Look at that cute little ghost. And I think these will be fantastic to use. Just trying to figure out what that one was. It's a spider dangling down and then there's bats in the corners there. These are going to be fantastic to use for different ways and methods. Is that the same? Is the 3 the same? So them 2 are the same. Don't know why they give you 2 the same, but that's good. We get a difference. That's the same, but that one's different. So you get 2 sets that are the same. So you get the pumpkins ones and the spider ones, you get the same. And then you get the ghost and then the bats one. But I think these are just so you can be so creative with these. Loads of different ideas that you can do with them. It's not something that you buy, pour once and then that's it. You're gonna get you know, I'm coming up with so many different ideas for what we could actually use these for and what different effects we can do on them. So yeah, I'm quite excited over these ones. I'm a bit disappointed that you only get one actual coffin side of it, because obviously I'm only going to be able to pour one at a time. The coffin that I've got isn't the same size or shape. It's the same sort of shape, but it's a bit longer, I think. But these are going to make great little Halloween decorations. And these are the things that I get excited about. Not only are you going to be able to just, even if you was to just pour this in clear resin, that's just one idea. But when you start adding other elements, like you can do what you can actually use these for, so you could use these as ornaments, you could use these as holders, you know, things to hold things in. You can use them for ashtrays if you smoke. Little bits that you like, little sweets that you want to put out at Halloween. There's loads and loads of different ideas that you can do with them. So that's the actual what you can actually use them for, and I'm sure there's plenty of others. But then you get the lid where you can start doing other things. You can add colour, you can add effects, you can have different ways of pouring resin, you can make them glow in the dark, you can put little lights inside. Oh, there's so many different ideas that you can do. So yeah, I get excited over these things because it's one mould with multiple different creative ways of making something out of it. So this will definitely be, in fact I'm going to start playing with this tonight. I wanted to give my hands a rest from the gloves but I really want to have a play with these straight away. I'm not even going to give it a day. I'm going to go and use these straight away because I want to start coming up with some ideas that I can show you guys. So yeah, keep that notification bell on, because as soon as I film these, I might actually do an early Halloween decoration. I might do an early Halloween video, because if you guys do want to buy this and do your own version of it, at least you've got some ideas of what can be done with it. With basic things that I've got that I've basically bought from the likes of Temu or Amazon. I've not gone to any massive big companies to sort out, you know, special effects and things like that. So yeah, loads of ideas. Can't wait to get started on that. I think as soon as I press stop on this, I'm going to get my gloves on and start creating. That's what it's all about. I just see something and so many different ideas come to mind, and hoping that this sort of gives you the ideas to do it as well. A little bit of inspiration goes a long way. So yeah, keep your eyes out for this one, because I think that's going to be an early Halloween. I don't think I'm going to leave that up to September, October. I think this one's going to end up getting posted in the next few weeks. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that one. Excited! So I've looked down at the bag, and sadly we're coming towards the end of this. There's only a few more left, but we've got another mould. I think I should call this video more towards the mould side of things, because there's been quite a lot of moulds in here. And this one is, I had to get out the bag. This one is for coming up to the Christmas season, the holiday season, the winter season. It's all snowflakey. And again, the amount of different things that you could do with this, because it's useful at the same time as it's going to be pretty. It is a box at the end of the day, and boxes are meant to be used. So we've got this beautiful snowflake lid that goes on top of this, and obviously there's different things that you can do. Obviously there's glitters, there's whites, there's also stones that you can use in these, or diamantes, and loads of different things that you can actually use this for. I'm not sure how that's going to come out, but it may look kind of crystally. It's very shiny, so we should get like a nice gloss finish. It is a bit soft and squidgy. The middle bit's quite nice and firm, which has got this strengthener in it. This bit is the bit I'm bothered about. I'm just want to make sure that it's not going to sort of hopefully the surface tension and the epoxy resin will actually hold it in place. But yeah, another little trinket box for the winter season. So there's not many left, and I'm hoping we've got some good ones left. What we've got next? Little tassels. These are great for lots of different projects. I've not actually got any of them, and I managed to get ones that have different colours. So there's a gold ones and there's a silver cap. I'm just looking at that one though, there's no actual hole. That's got a hole in it. That one doesn't. And the silver's all like that, or is it just that one? Looks like it's just that one. So I may have to drill that one out. There's a lot of nice colours in there. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 10 gold, and I'm presuming you get 10 silver as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, silver. And then obviously a multiple range of colours. You get 2 that's duplicated in pink, 2 that's duplicated in like a beige colour, and then the others are just single ones. And then on the gold ones you get 3 green. This might change. Sometimes you order it and you'll get a different bag of colours. Like a blue teal colour, beige again. You could even make, I mean I wouldn't wear them, but you could even make these into earrings. Not something that I'd use, but it's a thought. So little tassels, and they are quite small. So like the top of your little finger. Great for keyrings, great for bag charms, and if you like that kind of thing, great for little earrings. Next we have a bag. What I've learnt from Temu is if it comes in a bag it's generally liquid, but I may be wrong. Yeah, why have I got another black? I mean, this stuff lasts forever as well. I mean, I've had the white bottle for quite a few projects now. It's not even touched the surface of it. But yeah, for some reason I ordered a black one. Unless I ordered a black one and then saw the multicoloured ones and then forgot to cancel the black one, because I've known to have done that before. But yeah, black pigment paste. Feels like the last one, guys. Yep, last one, and there's a bag full of colour. Can't remember what these are. Don't know if they're alcohol inks or something else. But we've double bagged them, which is a good thing. They look like they might be alcohol inks, but I will get them out of the bag and I will tell you what they are. Now it says colour pigment. I'm not sure if this is a pigment or alcohol ink. Right, I couldn't find the order for this, but I've just done Google Lens and it's brought up the same bottle, the same size, and these are in multiple different colours. And they're classed as liquid epoxy resin pigment, 5 mils, natural fruit, fragrance, candle, liquid dye, liquid pigment, concentrates, oily colour dye, resin gel, colour dye purplish. So they're not alcohol inks, they're a pigment dye. But the surprising thing is, this is the violet, and if we go down and have a look how much these actually cost, these are $5.59 per bottle. Per bottle, the same size. Now that's in euros, so it's slightly different to pounds, but it's exactly the same size, and there's a full bag of them. Same brand, same make. So all I did was do a Google search, like via the lens thing. So yeah, I'll show you that just in case people don't know what to do. So on your Google bit at the top, if you click the lens there, and then take a picture of whatever it is, it'll take a picture. It'll highlight the picture, and then you can go down and find the actual thing. And there it is. $5.59 each. There's the one with grapes on it. light green. Exactly the same, £5.59 per bottle. So these are pigments, they're not alcohol inks, but I haven't got any. So this is something new that I can have a play about with. So the colours that you get, and it looks like there's actually more colours here than what they've got available. So we've got a china red, we've got a violet, a coffee, a light blue, a light green, fuchsia, red, yellow, royal blue, dark green, peach red, well, this looks fluorescent, pink, actually looks quite fluorescent, that one. Interesting to see how that one turns out. What about the orange? That's quite a bright orange, but it's not fluorescent. Orange, green, light yellow, grey, brown. Is that two browns you get then? No, it was a coffee. Coffee, purple, light blue, blue, golden, black, white, and rose red. So we get 5, 10, 15, 20, so no, 24. It's 24 colours. And at £5.59 each. Yeah, it is euros. So it's slightly different to the UK pounds and obviously different to the dollar. But if you work that out, that is a lot of money. 24 times, was it £5.59? I think it was. £134 if you bought them individually. I can't remember how much they cost, but as soon as I find all this stuff, I'll be putting it in the links. So yeah, check that. Check the description box, there'll be a lot going on in there, and it looks like they're all sealed and closed. Nothing's leaking out of them, there's no mishaps. Things can be too good to be true times, but this one looks like it's pretty good. So I'm going to be testing these in an upcoming video. You tell me how you'd like me to test these. I might just do individual arts and just see how it works out, but yeah, these I'm quite surprised for the price. Now I've used alcohol inks. I've not actually done a review on them because I wanted to use them for a project and I never managed to do the review beforehand, but I've used the alcohol inks from Resin. I've never used pigment dyes, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see how these work out and how they actually work in, you know, dropping it in and seeing if that works. I may try these with UV resin just to start off with, just to see the colours, and then we'll have a look at doing some effects with them in epoxy resin. It's a bit more forgiving. Right, brilliant, very pleased with them. So that's the end of it. I'm sorry I don't have anything else for you guys, but keep an eye out and we will be doing some tests with all these things and some projects. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you again soon. Bye.